Good morning, guys. Today we are looking at Globus Maritime GLBS. Kind of a slow morning for us today. Not a lot of movement. Shipping looks like it's trying to be the play for the day. GLBS is around 4 times the average volume, sitting at about 22% right here. Our 50 EMA buy-in target is 165 and under. As you can see, it's been testing that range, and then first resistance is 180. So we're going to go ahead and try to buy under the 50 here, under 165. Let's see here. Yep, we're going to update you when that happens. We're also going to be looking at GLBR, Global Brokerage. It does have a lot of the volume so far, but the EMAs are out of order. As you can tell here, the 100 is still trying to cross the 250, and I'm sure the 200 is well under there, so it can still drop. Started off under $1, so we'll see if the dollar will hold right here. But that is another volume play. But for the most part, those are the two plays we're going to be looking at, and I'll update you in just a few minutes. All right, guys. So GLBS is sort of losing steam here. Not a lot of volume. It's still actually in a very tight range, going from 170 to 180. The EMAs are still looking good. We're still aiming for under 170. However, we were able to get in the GLBR at $1 right on the 50 EMA dip. The 100 is crossing the 250, which is a good sign for us. But like I said, we're just at $1 stop loss at 101, and we're just going to see how far this one goes. Didn't buy too much of it because it is technically a penny stock and can have erratic movements. But since the dollar floor did hold, it just dipped a little bit under it, but it did pretty much hold. We're going to go ahead and just let this one ride to see how far she can go up. The 1 day is looking like around 125. First resistance, it already looks like it reached there today already. We'll see if we can't crack that open. But for the most part, this is the only position we are in, and we're still staying patient on GLBS, although the volume isn't quite there. But yeah, we'll see if that $1 average will be a good place for us. All right, looking at our GLBR position, it is actually doing quite well. Once again, we are at a 102, or actually, no, my mistake, a $1 average on the 50 EMA test and the 100 EMA crossover the 250. We're going to let this one run, and we'll see how high she can go here. But so far, so good. All right, guys. So we did sell about half of our shares up here at 135. We got another 25% sitting at 102 stop loss, and then another 25% sitting at a 120 stop loss. And after that, we're just going to let this one ride. We might drop that 120 stop loss to around here, which seeing as that was the original resistance, we're going to most likely stick to the 120. But this trade has been pretty good so far, and it'll definitely need to take a breather, but a lot of red candles here. And it looks like it's going to take a breather right here. But yeah, good trade so far. We'll see if we can't get a little higher and put on a real short squeeze. All right, guys. Well, it's about an hour from lunch. We're going to go ahead and let this one run and keep our stops right above our buy-in average. Our buying average is actually under the 100 EMA now, which is a great sign. There is still a lot of movement that this chart is capable of if it breaks a certain level, and it looks like 140. But it is fairly early in the day, and if it continues this bull trend, then who knows how far or how many resistances it can break. But it's important to let your winners run, and I'm just going to let it run here. And we only have about 50% of the bought-in shares left, so we already locked in half the profit, and the rest of it we're just gonna take in as a bonus or not. But thanks for joining me today. This was a good trade, which is why you got to follow volume and you got to pay attention to certain levels of EMAs when they cross. It's a great sign.